Welcome back to another video on Soul Therapy. Today we're going to be hitting up multiple vintage stores in Pilsen and seeing if I can find some cool items. I want to create content more than just sneakers, but don't worry, the sneaker videos aren't going anywhere. I saw an ad for this vintage event on Instagram and thought it would be a great opportunity to make a video on it. The store itself is called Counterfeit and they have a bunch of vintage items and really cool t-shirts. The first thing I found were these All My Money Air Jordan 5 size 11.5 and they wanted $290 for them, which wasn't a bad price. They also had the Jordan 4 Bread Reimagines that came out recently for $350 in my size. I actually have a pair of these already and I love them. My biggest problem with most vintage places are the prices, and I understand it's a business and they gotta turn a profit, but when you're overcharging items by significant amounts such as hundreds of dollars, that's when it becomes a little shady. I thought this event was really cool because they also had vinyls and vintage video games. I used to be a very huge video game collector, and at one point in time I had almost every single console from every generation. So vintage video games definitely hold a special place in my heart, but for me, I was looking to not clutter my life as much, and hence that's why I got rid of most of it. They had some really cool clothing pieces such as this Goodfellas shirt that they wanted $250 for, which no way that was happening. They had a bunch of vintage racing jackets, and I've never been super into NASCAR. I do enjoy watching F1 from time to time, but they're always really cool to look at. And they had so much cool decor and vintage retro items just everywhere today. When going to vintage events, I love going to the places where there's just racks with clothing that are just $5. You can find some serious hidden gems here. They also had this Transformers Back to the Future combination t-shirt. It was absolutely fire. When I go to these vintage events, I always try to keep in mind items that I'm looking for because I know it's so easy to just keep picking up things and not really knowing what you need. So today I was looking for some black baggy pants, which I was actually able to find and super happy with them. I was also looking for a red Supreme hoodie of any kind in a size large, and unfortunately I wasn't able to find that. And going back to shoes, they had some really cool Air Force Ones. I'm not exactly sure what these are called. And then they had a later model of the Jordan, I want to say maybe late 20s. Not exactly sure what those were. They had some Jordan 1s and they had this really cool Shaq cutout. Like I spoke on it a little bit earlier, I love Pilsen and all the artwork. One of my favorite cafe spots is Cafe Jumping Bean. They have really reasonable prices and amazing coffee. Chicago Midwest Made is also a really cool small brand, and I'm really friendly with the owners there. Just One Vintage is usually one of my go-to spots, but it seems like they were closed today. They have really reasonable prices and really cool pieces. This Frida painting is so nice, one of my favorite murals in Pilsen. Next store I hit up was this small business called Definitive Selection. They always have really cool pieces and often at amazing discounts. Today I bought this Fluent in Spanglish puff print hoodie. I love the colors and I love the saying. With that being said, I'm very happy with today's pickups and I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and let me know, are there any other spots in the Chicagoland area you want me to visit?